This is the SF Productions Podcast Network.
There's an Art Deco building in the middle of a field in Westchester, Ohio, between Cincinnati and Dayton. For decades, its mission was to broadcast accurate, balanced, and comprehensive news and information to an international audience. This was the main transmission station for the Voice of America. Launched in 1942, soon after Pearl Harbor, the VOA ensured people in oppressed countries could learn the truth from World War II through the Cold War and beyond. While the VOA's work continues, Westchester's Bethany station was decommissioned in 1994. So why Westchester? Well, it's all about Powell Crosley and WLW. His team had built a 500,000 watt transmitter, making WLW the largest broadcaster on Earth at the time. That experience, along with being in the heartland and so unlikely to be bombed, and with plenty of available power, made it the ideal site for transmitters to broadcast worldwide. No programs are actually produced there. That happened in Washington, relayed to the Bethany facility. Programs were and are produced in dozens of languages for the international audience. Now Bethany is a museum, actually a set of museums dedicated to telling the story of the VOA, early Cincinnati broadcast history, displaying classic radio equipment, and promoting shortwave or ham radio. This is just some of the equipment used in the VOA operation, including massive transmitters which could be powered from either the Cincinnati or Dayton power grids. Listeners in Nazi Germany, later the Soviet bloc, were taking a big chance listening to VOA's programming. Crosley's first radio experiments included a tiny transmitter at his home, playing a record over and over to see if anyone was listening. Once WLW was established, he continued experimenting. He had a proto-fax service for the home. You would hook it up to your radio, leave it on overnight, and in the morning, a paper newspaper of sorts would be ready for you. He called it Radio. Here's a combination radio refrigerator Crosley sold for a while. The museum displays a timeline of radio history, from studio equipment to what you might use in the home. These are mid-century portable and other home radios. There's a lot of local broadcast history here, both in terms of radio and television. If you grew up in Southwest Ohio, you might recognize some of this memorabilia. Let's wrap things up with a view of historic wireless equipment. Many thanks to the National Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting for their cooperation. See you next time.